Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We're here at Ohio Northern University where the Wilmington Quakers take on the ONU Polar Bears. Tonight's game is sponsored by Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Klein's Napa Auto Center, Stoli Insurance, Ohio Northern University, HCF Management, Norada Lanes, NKT TV, J&R Auto, Radio Hospital, and Viva Maria Italian Restaurant. This is Tom Mealy, and beside me is Mike Hearn, and we'll be right back from Bill Robertson Field with women's lacrosse on NKTelco.
Norada Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, SCOTCH mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, open bowling on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties, and on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NoradaLanes.com for more info.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
Serving the Wapakoneta area and other communities throughout Ohio, Stoli Insurance Group, growing and looking out for you. For your business, home and auto, or life and health insurance, allow our knowledgeable agents to customize a program specifically for you. Stoli Insurance is proud to be a fifth-generation insurance agency. Over 110 years, providing outstanding insurance protection while delivering superior customer service. We are pleased to represent one of the finest insurance companies in Ohio, Auto Owners Insurance Company.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family-owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
Welcome back to Donald Roberson Stadium here in Ada at Bill Robinson Field, set to get the matchup between the Ohio Northern Polar Bears at 3-5 and the Wilmington Quakers at 2-7 underway. Mike Hearn and Tom Mealy, and it looks like, at least from looking around the field, a handful of people who have made the trip out here to watch this game.
I believe I counted about 10 out here, braving this weather.
A couple handfuls. But you look at the Bears, they have been ready. You watch the national anthem here, and it always cracks me up to watch when it's cold outside. The girls get as close to each other as possible just to try and get that extra little bit of warmth to get them ready for this game.
Yeah, it's they got that wind blowing straight at them while they were standing out there, and with this 34 degrees, it's a bit chilly on field.
Another way to do it, I just saw the Ohio Northern ladies as they were getting ready to break their huddle. Sabra Woodruff, she did a barrel roll on the way, so I guess that's one way.
Any way to warm up.
Any way you can get any further. You got to be happy to be a defender, I would imagine, right now for Ohio Northern on this pitch is kind of right between the sunshine.
Yeah, that's going to be short-lived here, the way the shadows are falling on the field. But take it while you can.
You know, I mean, you got to do it. It's right on top of the Northern logo. You see the draw control ready to go. The green representing the Wilmington Quakers, and the silver and the gray and the orange for ONU. Making sure everybody is ready to go. And a handful of differences we've talked about as this one gets set, with Jackie Lohman ready to go for ONU, is the difference between how we start here in the men's and the women's game.
Yeah, women's do a standing draw. Men's, it's actually called a face-off, where they're down on the ground. They'll actually fight for that ball.
Ultimately ends up won by Ohio Northern. Is not exactly the way that they intended, but hey, they don't ask how you did it. As the Bears run up down the left sideline now. And just that little bit of spacing, trying to create an open lane to get a shot here.
Yeah, they're going to work the ball here, and you're going to see them work it back around. And don't be surprised to see them pass it back behind, try to get that offense set up here and look for a cutter to come across.
Noggle and Sydney Skelding out of Dublin, California for Ohio Northern, playing kind of a two-man game as it doesn't work out exactly how they had planned. Rachel Shipman, one of the big scorers for ONU, dumps it inside, and the first goal for ONU. Does it look like, I believe it's Betsy Noggle who was able to get in front, and she gets the first goal out of the Pittsburgh area and Moon Township.
That's Noggle's 11th goal for the season and puts her at 15 points with her 4 assists that she has. She's got a 34.5 shooting percentage coming into this game. So Ohio Northern quick to strike right off of the first face-off.
And one thing that's important for these two teams is to get out early. Opponents through the first handful of games, again 3-5 for Northern, 2-7 for the Quakers of Wilmington, is that teams have gotten up early on them and have been able to make them pay for defensive lapses. 79 goals against in the first half for Wilmington, 60 for ONU. But you make that one mistake against the teams like for ONU, it was Mount Union in their last game, and the goals, they come pretty quickly.
They do. I believe
There you go.
got
There's
another
two
one.
straight for Northern. Sydney Skelding this time with a 2-0 lead for ONU. So it doesn't take very long. This is normally what ONU has been a lot better in terms of scoring in their first 8 games in the second half. But Sydney Skelding right on cue, and goals just 24 seconds apart.
Yeah, Ohio Northern doing a great job there, moving that ball quickly down, getting it right inside right in front of the crease there, and getting that shot off. And we'll take a look here on the replay, and we'll see her just take that shot there. And our replay is sponsored by Klein's and Apple Auto Center.
Just that little flip from right inside as you look at what both of these teams, they're negative 50% in terms of winning their draw controls, but Northern's got a couple of really good ones so far. They've gotten 2 out of the first 3 as you see Wilmington across into the offensive zone for the first time.
Yeah, we'll see what Wilmington can do here to respond to those 2 quick goals by Ohio Northern as they'll try to set their offense up here.
And a lot of waiting, a lot of cutting down through just to see if you can get anything going. Hannah Gratch bound into the X for Wilmington.
There's a nice try there, little pass over top of the goal, but not able to complete that, and ball drops to the ground. So Wilmington has to now set up their offense again.
Looking for maybe that behind the back shot, but not able to get to it is Rachel Reinhardt. 9 goals already this year, second on the team. And Northern's doing a good job kind of providing an umbrella around the top right now, not letting Wilmington get anything remotely close to an open shot.
Yeah, they just keep pushing them out a little bit further there and not letting them get inside. But right there, we'll see Wilmington get their first goal.
It looked like that it was Becca Petra that not only was able to get the goal, but kind of threw her stick at it. Between she and Kelly Angevine, they were both right up on top as you get a look at Kelly tying her shoe.
Petra is the Wilmington's leading scorer coming into this game with 14 goals, and that one right there just puts her at 15. She's one that they'll want to keep an eye on and try to keep that ball out of her hands because she's pretty good with the stick. And we'll see here on the replay as she comes back across, and nice job bringing that stick back across there. And that replay again is sponsored by Klein's and Apple Auto Center.
Kind of another one where Larson Van Alstine wasn't able to get a clean look, ran everything off to her left, kind of created that. And she's right in, too, at the end on the goal line here on the football field where the sun meets. She's got the brightest part of the field, and if you don't turn your head, maybe lost that one, so to speak, in the lights.
No, and it looked like she got stuck there right inside the goal. Probably would have helped her if she could have taken another step out, cut that angle, that corner angle down, but she might have lost some of that with that sunlight shining there right in her face.
Northern trying to work from about 10 yards out as they come back up into the hands of Jackie Lohman. She's created a nice couple of shots. This one, though, is saved, and that's a dangerous play for Megan Wheelock out of Canton, Michigan. The save, it comes back to her off the redirect and tries to wait for somebody to come through on her own team.
And we'll see here as Wilmington brings it down, but they'll lose here. And Ohio Northern gets a ground ball, and we'll advance that ball back onto their side.
And for people who maybe don't know a little bit, explain how valuable those midfield ground balls can be for your own tempo.
Just it helps that transition. Getting that ground ball, moving it up, you can actually get fast break off of it. You can catch that defense, the midfielders that are playing offense, get them back on defense, and you can get a fast break off of it and get the numbers on your side as you come down quickly.
Cindy Scouting and Betsy Noggle for Ohio Northern University. Again, both young ladies with a goal already. Kind of playing, again, use the term, the two-man game from the X of get back and forth, because you can tell they trust one another looking at a sophomore and a freshman.
Yeah, the two of them seem to work real well together and have a chemistry that they seem to know where each other's going to be.
Also, Jackie Lohman, the sophomore out of Lakota East, stands out at the point. Look, it's the exact same two young ladies I was just talking about directly in front of her, waiting for that ball to come their way. It'll be Noggle who will work it back behind the goal.
Ohio Northern being a little more patient this time coming down here, looking to set that offense up. And, not able to get that quick strike like they were for their first two goals.
Yeah, 2 goals to put them up in about 1 minute and 5 seconds here in the first half. And Wilmington's doing a good job on the shot clock right now, on that 60 seconds of being able to defend anything. It seems like they've gotten a little bit smarter as this first 5 minutes has gone of, hey, Northern wants to attack us outside in quickly.
Yeah, they've kind of settled into their defense and figured out what they need to do to prevent that quick inside shot from Ohio Northern, as we have a stop and play here.
And they'll put it back in, so the infraction on ONU. The ball took a nice quick hop right up into the hands again, this time in Rachel Shipman.
Wilmington not able to transition on that clear, and they pay for it with that shot. And Ohio Northern goes up 3-1.
Noggle again. So smart where she's able to get to that ball.
Yeah, we'll catch this replay here. Watch her come across here. She'll just do a nice little head fake there, come around, and shot right there. That's hard for a goalie to come up on. And again, that replay is sponsored by Klein's Napa Auto Center. And we will set up for our draw control here in the center, as Ohio Northern has the lead and advantage in the draw controls 2-1.
And you can see the sophomore out of Moon area in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. She is, it's 34 degrees outside is what they say. The wind, though, has been a big thing at 19 miles an hour, and it's really wreaking havoc. It's only happened a couple of times, and most of them seem to be off the draw control of where the ball goes, but wait till that second half comes and it starts to get a little closer to dark about how this ball will play off this turf.
Yeah, I think the win here is going to make a big play on this game here. We're going to see a lot of ground balls here as we have a penalty here. And we're going to set up. Wilmington will retain possession of this.
It'll be Hannah Gratch out of Milford High School, the sophomore, flanked by a quartet of Polar Bears. And it's got to be kind of a tough thing, too, with the way that I talk about the wind a lot because we can see the flags here about how it's wreaking havoc, but to try and put your stick up and have somebody, as you're running full speed towards a goal, that's got to be a hard thing to limit your vision, too.
Yeah, it is. Those shadows, again, don't help as you're in and out of that sun.
Of course, that doesn't help either if you get your Northern to get called for the sticking. One of the big differences you were telling me about the difference between the men and the women, about being able to check.
Men's is a little more physical of a game. Women's is considered more of a finesse game. There's no checking, no stick checking at all. It's all quick passes, quick shots with the women. Men's can kind of refer to more of as a hockey game.
And the dump in front is trying to get position. Rachel Reinhardt, talk about how she's got 10 goals now on the year after picking one up early. I like her game, though, because she will get her in front of you. She set up Becca Petra, rather, on that goal, but she seems pretty fearless.
She does. She's going to start off here at the free position shot, and right there she takes her shot. Reinhardt, that's her first free position goal of the season. She came in going with an 0-4 in the free position shots. So that adds to her goals and makes it 10 for the season so far. And we'll see here on the replay, she has a nice just shot right there, uncontested, and puts it right in there. And that replay again is brought to you by Klein Snapple Auto Center.
So the 2 goals coming so far. Northern leading shots 4-3. Ground balls 3-2. Draw controls 3-2. They have the only clearance, but the big difference is they've given Wilmington a couple of opportunities, 4 to be exact, with those aggressive play fouls.
Yeah, they kept Wilmington alive there in that series right there, where they had them stopped, but just unfortunately the penalties kept Wilmington in possession of the ball, as Ohio Northern right there takes that ball and they'll bring it down the right side. They're going to work it on the inside here and see if we can get a quick shot. Nice save there. Ball still retained. And that shot there is
Jackie Lohman.
That is her second shot of the game.
First one that finds its way into the back of the net. So, and that's important, obviously, for ONU to be able to respond as soon as they make a mistake. And, you know, if you get to see this replay, you can see right here, it comes back to her. She just never gives up on it.
No.
Right in the middle and puts it in.
She does a nice roll to the right, comes back cross body, and puts it right in there. And that replay, again, is brought to you by Klein's Napa Auto Center.
And again, I would say that Morgan Wheelock, who comes in for Wilmington, as you see a draw control getting ready to set up, is that 2 of the 4 goals, she's kind of been a victim of circumstance from her own defense. They've been playing so hard to keep Northern out.
She's almost screened by her defense.
Yeah, it shaded her. As the ball will go to Wilmington. I looked away for a split second. But this is a pair of teams who, in different ways, really need this win. They both sit winless in the OAC. Wilmington at 0-2, Ohio Northern at 0-1. And it's a game that Northern would like to forget in terms of how their first OAC game went. Lost to Mount Union 25-2 on Friday. 3 straight losses, and they got outshot 41-13.
Yeah, Wilmington also comes into this game on the 2-game losing streak, and they lost their game to Baldwin Wallace 22-3. So neither team having a great showing on their last game. So they're both looking to bounce back and look for that first OAC win.
And again, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets from up around your area of the woods.
Yep, they're up around Cleveland area.
Had 7 goals in the first 10 minutes of that game. And what I was reading about that game was, you know, Wilmington just got beat in terms of possession. They'd get to the right spot, and then boom, the Jackets would be gone. They got a couple of quick goals, outshot Wilmington 52-13. But the thing that jumped out at me about that, and we've seen a little bit of it here, is Ohio Northern has won the ground ball battle 5-3 so far. They got beaten ground balls 42-16.
Yeah, both teams actually, but yeah, they were beaten pretty bad on the ground ball. That's why it's so that ground ball game is so important. You win that ground ball game, it's such a big advantage to you. What stood out to me on that game that they lost, Megan Wheelock had 26 saves in that game out of 47 shots on goal. She had a great game. Unfortunately, they just connected on a lot of those on those other 22 shots that she had. But she had a great performance, and we'll see Wilmington here struggling, trying to get this ball cleared out.
Well, she got a save right on cue as you were talking about it, and you know those weren't really easy saves of those 26 you're talking about, because they were a lot of 1, 2, or 3 possession shots, and that one is now a goal for Betsy Noggle. She's got a hat trick, and apparently you don't get hats thrown on it, you just get a hug.
Just get a hug.
This one might work out, though. Now a 5-2 Ohio Northern lead at the 20-minute mark.
That right there, Wheelock just had a miscue on her clear, and we'll see. She passes it right back, and Noggle just puts that ball right in there. She, uncontested, free, right up the middle. And that replay again is brought to you by Klein's Napa Auto Center.
He gets a timeout here coming at 20:45.
And we'll be right back with that timeout.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold. We are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! Back here at Donald Roberson Stadium in Ada. You look at the Viva Maria Italian Restaurant scoreboard. Ohio Northern on top 5-2. As that's a look inside both huddles. You see in the back for the Polar Bears, Beth Heminger in her second year, 13-27. She actually played pretty well in her career. 4 times a letter winner in soccer and lacrosse at Worcester, where she holds the career record for points with 385 in her senior year. She's been a little bit all over the map before she got her trip in here to Ada. Maryland, Connecticut, Worcester, her Wittenberg team. She went 38-12 in a couple of years. Went 22-0 in league play. The league Worcester's in, that's a pretty great accomplishment.
Yeah, that is. It's third year of the program. It's still a building program. Still a lot of young players on this team. If you go through the roster, still a lot of freshmen and sophomore players that you have, and I give it a couple more years, and she'll be in there battling for an OAC championship.
Taylor Martin on the other side, the head coach at Wilmington in her first season, is 2-7, 4-year starting goalkeeper at Berry College in Division III. But the one big thing about this year that there's a handful of numbers that stand out about Wilmington as we get back to the draw control is that they're 1-4 away from home this year, outscored 84-18. They're very good teams that they've played, and like you talked about, they're littered with underclassmen.
They are. Both teams. When you look at the stats and just their rosters, they stack up fairly even on with what they bring to the field with their underclassmen. They both come into this game, and their shooting percentage, or shots on goal percentage, are pretty much even. Wilmington comes in as a 73% shot on goal, where ONU is 73.6% shot on goal. You start looking through a lot of those stats, and they're fairly even on paper.
Abby Engelhart out of Westerville North ends up with it for Wilmington. She and Hannah Gratch pitch and catch back and forth. Is now set up on the right side with just outside of 20 minutes left, and Ohio Northern is getting in front. But these are great passes, at least anticipatory passes, through the early part of that setup.
Nice save there by Larson Van Alstine. And Ohio Northern now try to clear that ball as they will move it up. And they still have possession of the ball. No clear here yet as they start working on to the left side of the field. And we'll have a stop in play here, as it is an illegal check there by Wilmington, and Ohio Northern will retain possession and try to complete this clear.
Just trying to figure out where Neenah, Wisconsin, the home of the ONU goalkeeper and Shannon Larson Van Alstine is. That is, it's pretty far up there. It's probably Wisconsin weather right now in the spring. So, again, with that big save.
Nice pass there across the middle, and we'll have another stop in play as it's a violation on Wilmington. And I believe we'll see here a free play or free position on goal.
There you get a look at the goalkeeper for Northern.
And here's the replay here. See the ball just moved down. Nice pass here towards the middle. And right there is that illegal stick check. And that replay sponsored by Kleins and Apple Auto Center. And we'll get ready for that free position shot.
Should be Rachel Shipman. Yeah, usually stick to the back of the head is probably not exactly legal.
No, it doesn't matter what, if it's men's or women's, any type of stick to the head is going to cause a penalty. And Shipman comes in 4 and 14 on her free position shots. And right there she makes it 15 and 5. So quickly Ohio Northern able to convert on that penalty and go up 6-2.
It's got to be the most nerve-wracking thing when you're standing there waiting on them as you get a look at this replay. Everybody, you have to run a straight line and try and shoot it before everyone
closes in. And yeah, and that replay brought to you by Kleins and Apple Auto Center.
So now 3 straight goals for Ohio Northern in a span of just outside of 4 minutes. Lohman, Noggle, and Shipman on those goals ran the score from a 3-2 ONU lead after Reinhardt's goal for Wilmington, all the way out now to 6-2 in favor of Ohio Northern. And this is a big moment in this draw control because you look at it and it's 6-2. All right, you've gotten a couple of goals, though. You've been able to respond if you're Wilmington. You just cannot let this one get away from you on this possession.
No, and Ohio Northern able to get that draw control, and they will take the advantage of a 5-4 on the draw control, and they'll work that ball back around again. And we see those cutters cutting across there. And a shot, nice save there. And I believe
Kara Griffith just knocked down Sydney Skelding right in front of the net.
That I believe that she's going to get called for crease violation. I did not see the hand signals by our referee.
So Skelding, the freshman out of Dublin, California, comes in at 12 goals, 6 assists.
No, I take that back. That is she called an illegal check on that, so another free position shot here.
You give it whatever fancy term you want. She just threw her shoulder into her. And save.
Yeah, ball just kind of rolled out of her stick. She wasn't able to get that back for the shot. Wilmington struggling here, trying to get that clear, and then they will lose possession, and we'll have a tripping call on Wilmington.
You got to get a look at Sydney Skelding there. You see number 9. She has taken a beating in the last couple of minutes. Just thinking about how nice it's got to be in Dublin, California right now.
It's definitely not California weather. And she will start out at the 12-meter arc. And these shots right here on the 12-meter arc are really hard to score off of. And she'll lose possession of that ball. Wilmington scoops it up, and they will try to advance that upfield. And we'll have a stop here as Ohio Northern legal check. Fight there on the ground there for that ground ball. As it rolls out, and possession will go back to Ohio Northern.
So again, Northern has done a tremendous job on pretty much anything close to a 50-50 ball. It has gone their way here, and they've been able to take everything they want off the bounce. As Woodruff, out of Beaver Creek High School, runs right back up to the top. Didn't find even anything remotely that she was looking for.
No, Wilmington was able to shut that lane right down quickly, made her rethink and reset that offense. So we'll see a cutter right there. Nice job, a nice save there by Wilmington's goalie.
Noggle and Ann McArn. And they set that up beautifully. It just, in terms of how they were able to do it, the defense kind of went the opposite way.
They went, and she was able to sneak in right there behind them, but just not able to connect on that shot.
Reinhardt had it momentarily and then lost it, and that's got to be the penalty on the high stick to the face. As Haley Green, you could see her head just snap back, the defender for Ohio Northern. 2 quick passes right down to Skelding.
Going to see another stop and play here as another legal stick check by Wilmington. And Ohio Northern will reset that offense there on the right side of the goal. Bring it around to the left side and look for those cutters again.
So 6 fouls so far on at Wilmington. And there's a stop on the line drive. That's not even really anything that you have to work to do. That one is just right up on top of you.
Wheelock had a nice job getting herself in position on that shot, able to make that save.
And the ball dropped. Again, another kind of another stick. If you find Noggle running by, maybe make her try and earn this one. Don't let her get an easy shot.
Need to get there right in front of her, and she'll take a shot here from that 8-meter mark.
Looking for goal number 4 in this game. Run straight ahead. And again, it looked like it maybe just fell right out.
Fell right out there. She tried to do a little head fake with the stick too, and just rolled right out of her stick. And this ball here is going to go right back to Ohio Northern as the pass was not able to connect. And Wilmington loses possession here.
And I give the credit to the exact same young lady. I've said her name enough times, but Betsy Noggle pressured the goalkeeper. It's like that little gnat you can't get rid of, just right in front of you. And she had to make that errant pass because she only had one option. Everybody else was out at midfield. Another opportunity for ONU, and they score quickly on this one. As that'll be Rachel Shipman with the goal. That'll be her second straight to put ONU up 7-2.
We'll check that here on the replay. She does a nice job coming in on that corner, comes right across, brings out Wheelock and just dumps it right over her shoulder. And that replay is sponsored by Klein's Napa Auto Center.
You look at Megan Wheelock on the year, a league best 130 saves and a 14.55 goals against average in goal this year. But again, Northern has done such a tremendous job of the third of the field before the goal of being able to get in front of her and just wreak havoc.
Yeah, they're able to pull up and draw screens off of her and cut her vision down, run a cutter right in behind that, and that's where a lot of their goals have come off of.
Another ground ball pickup for ONU. That's the one category right now that they're trailing. But Wilmington has had a lot of opportunities the way it's played out as Sabra Woodruff on the attack.
She's got to pull up and bring it around back, and they'll reset it, bring it around the horn. Nice save there by Wheelock.
That's got to be a nervous one, too, for Megan, because one defender is behind now, and she's going to get 2 feet to throw it as hard as she can.
Yeah, it's one-on-one, and you just got to get yourself positioned in. And playing goalie, it's a game of angles. Bring yourself out and try to cut down as much of the angle as you can and almost force them to bring it right in on you.
Northern now has run their lead to 7-2, and they've done it with a handful of different girls who have come up with goals. Shipman's got 2, Noggle's got 3. She started off the scoring 42 seconds into this contest. Now right in front, the whip with the left hand. Wow, look what I found.
Larson Van Alstyne able to just snag that out. And you think right now Wilmington has got to be thinking, we've got to get a score on here. We can't allow Ohio Northern to run that ball right down the field and put another one and put us down by 6 goals.
It was a good shot by Angevine. She wasn't able just to complete it because of that save. But, you know, you look at, obviously, records sometimes are misleading in terms of being a young team, who you play early on. 2-7 for Wilmington, 3-5 for ONU. Kind of a victim of, they've played very good teams, and they've played very good teams that are senior-laden and have jumped on them early.
Yeah, they've kind of played the murder's row of the league, and also what we have here, and we just see another shot on goal there. I think it was.
Looked like they're going to give it to Elizabeth Carter.
Yeah, number 11, and that is Carter's second goal of the season.
I was making sure because both she and Ann McArn are right there on top of that ball, and I couldn't figure out which one was happy to hug the other one that she got the goal. So Carter now with that goal at 11 on, the sophomore.
As we say on our scoreboard, brought to you by Viva Maria Italian Restaurant, it's now 8-2 with just a little over 13 and a half minutes left in this first, and it's starting to creep away from Wilmington here, and they've got to get some offense here going. They're able to get that ball down there, just the shots that they have. Larson and Van Elstein has been able to stop for them, for Ohio Northern.
And again, keep in mind, exactly 10 minutes ago right now on that scoreboard, it was a 3-2 game. Northern got up 2-0 early, gave up a goal, got one back, gave up one to get to 3-2, but since then, it has been, I would say, 80% of the time, Ohio Northern has been in the offensive zone.
They have. I would say the same thing, about 80% the Ohio Northern, and right there again we see another quick shot on goal as that is Carter with her third goal of the season, 2 for the day, and nice way to bring that across the field here. See if we can bring that up on replay.
How about that, though? One goal coming in on the day. As you go look at this one.
See this nice little pass there. She rolls right there to her left and brings it across, and nice shot. Just able to squeak that underneath there.
As, celebration through the stick down. Who needs it?
And Ohio Northern jumps up 9-2 with in 24 seconds. They've now put 2 scores again on the board.
And again, it's impressive when you consider the fact through 8 games that young lady had just 1 goal. And only, 5 or 6 shots. She just
she
not able to be that equalizer.
Carter came in with a 6.3 shooting average coming into this game. And she has greatly increased her numbers, as we see.
And McArn.
Another goal here with just under 13 minutes. And Ohio Northern takes a 10-2 lead.
And this is a little bit of what you talked about just outside of our open, is that, you know, this is a very young program, obviously, for Ohio Northern, and I'll talk about this when we come back out of this break here on NKTelco.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts.
Nareda Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, Scotch mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, open bowling on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties, and on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NaredaLanes.com for more info.
Welcome back to Bill Robinson Field, where Ohio Northern Polar Bears take a 10-2 lead over the Wilmington Quakers. And we want to take a second here to thank our sponsor, tonight's game sponsors, Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Klein's Napa Auto Center, Stolly Insurance, Ohio Northern University, HCF Management, Nareda Lanes, NKT TV, J&R Auto, Radio Hospital, and Viva Maria Italian Restaurant. And we see that both teams still in the huddle, You got to think right now Ohio Northern is quite happy with their performance and jumping out on that big lead. Wilmington's just trying to figure something out here. They've been able to move the ball, just not able to connect on the shots here. We'll see if they can change that here with just under 13 minutes left in this first half, and see if they can get a couple quick scores to where they don't go into halftime in such a big deficit.
Well, what I was going to say right before the timeout is that you talked about earlier on about Ohio Northern. I mean, I can look down their roster. There's 4 straight freshmen that start for this group, a young program. Overall, they'll get a couple of really nice recruits out of the Dayton area for next year that have been 4-year kids in the high school system, but they're really kind of finally getting that coming-of-age game here.
Yeah, it's their breakout game. They're getting that offense clicking. Seems to be everything going for them right now as they take that draw control and move that ball back down into their offense side. And they will set up that offense here and work the ball back behind. And this, I look to see Cutter coming through here real quick as it's played out in the past.
Everybody kind of trying to figure out who that Cutter is going to be this time around, but Northern doing a very good job with the motion of creating distractions, drawing for maybe a split second, 2 or sometimes 3 defenders to 1 player and getting that open spot. As weaving through traffic now is Sydney Skelding.
Skelding will bring it back around again. She didn't see anything she liked.
Tired just watching her for 15 seconds. She found the thing she liked in Betsy Noggle. Noggle with the drop over to Ann McArn and stolen away. Again, the numbers, they tell an interesting story. During this game, ONU 17 shots to 6, 11 to 7 in ground balls, draw controls in their favor. But the one big problem I've noticed here is the clears. 1 for 10 on their attempts so far are the Quakers.
Yeah, Quakers just, they just are not able to get that ball moved back. They'll move it up to just right before the midfield line, and they will lose that ball. Northern able to take advantage of that and scoop it up as we have a stop in play here.
Skelding went down. Again, out of Dublin, California, about 35 miles outside of downtown San Francisco by Oakland. You'd imagine she'd have had to grown up as maybe a Warriors fan. So that fast-paced offense here for Ohio Northern is probably something she's thrilled about. She'll probably sleep well, too, after this one's over.
She's taken a beating so far in this first half.
Just outside of 11 minutes now is McArn with the ball. Trying to find somebody to get it to, rather Maggie Fuller with it. McArn out there with her as well. Fuller out of Naples, Florida. Give her credit, she's trying to go somewhere. Hannah Gratch is not going to let her go anywhere out of that circle.
She's playing her tight here. Has a nice quick step. Oh, just bounces that off of the upright. And ball picked back up by Ohio Northern. And we will have a penalty here, so we'll be looking at a free position shot here.
It was Jackie Lohman who was the one that got fouled. Now standing and waiting with the ball for ONU.
Wheelock getting herself into position here. Nice job there stopping that ball.
Last 2 times now that Lohman has gotten the ball, she has gone low and right. And I think maybe that might have stuck out in the back of the mind of Wheelock.
Kind of a telltale shot of hers. Wheelock able to move herself right to where Roland wants to take that shot.
Reinhardt wants to get it out, but look at the 3 silver and gray jerseys right next to her. And they come up with that steal.
And again, right before midfield, Wilmington's able to get that ball advanced just right before that 50-yard marker for the football field, and Ohio Northern able to stop that.
Haley Green has had a couple of nice opportunities where she has reached as a defender right in there. This time around, it's Rachel Shipman, the sophomore out of Noblesville, Indiana. Now Northern back on the attack, up 10-2 in the last 9.5 minutes of the first half.
Now Northern being patient here now.
I love that little cross. Try to, as you come out from behind the goal, try to draw two defenders with you, maybe make a mistake, and drop it back door to set something up.
Yeah, just sneak that in there and try to get those defenders, like you said, bring them out, and that opens up a lane real easy for the offense.
Lohman on the cross, found a couple of green jerseys in front of her.
And we'll have another high stick there by Wilmington, and we'll have another free position shot taken here by Carter.
After you tie your shoe. Safety first.
Carter looking to make it a hat trick.
Good, she would be the second polar bear to pull that off as Kelly Angevine tying her shoe. Trying to explain to her where she needs to go. Carter waits on the whistle.
And right there, she does it. She brings in the hat trick. It's amazing. She comes into this game with just one goal, and she's already got 3 to add to her stats.
She's got 3 of the last 4, too. That's the impressive part, is a couple of different times ONU, as they lead 11-2, have gotten players that go on the run.
As we see, they're checking the stick, and we'll check the replay here. She gets a nice free position shot here. Just 2 steps and shoots it in there. And that replay, again, is brought to you by Klein's Napa Auto Center.
And you look, Wheelock had the right idea. She went bottom right with it, just kind of halved her stick on where that went and wasn't able to get the netting in front of it.
Need to slide those feet a little bit as we set up here for the draw control. I want to announce that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of women's college lacrosse on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Broadcasts will be on Thursday, April 5th, 2018 at 6 p.m. and Saturday, April 7th, 2018 at 5 p.m. You can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. As right there, we see Wilmington able to get a draw control, see if they can muster up some offense. And the ball's rolling around loose there in front of the goal. No possession as of yet.
You know, you go back and you look at, we talked about Elizabeth Carter and about how she came in with just the 1 goal in 8 games early on in the season. As a sophomore last year, 14 games with 10 starts in the midfield, had a hat trick and a career-high 4 points in the first game that she even played in, a 10-4 win over Franciscan last February. She finished the season with 4 3-goal hat tricks. She's now got her 5th here.
That's quite an accomplishment just as a sophomore.
So already climbing up ONU's not very old leaderboard. One of the all-time leaders in free position goals. As the whistle before the shot on the foul. 15 career goals. Tied for 5th all-time at ONU, right in that top 10, and you see why. She's shown that spurt of, all right, I'm going to get out here, you're going to get me the ball, and I'm just going to take over.
As we see a nice shot there by Wilmington, and just not able to connect. Wilmington will stay in possession of this ball, and they will try to reset their offense here. Ohio Northern doing a great job just collapsing in on those lanes, not giving any easy shot to the Quakers.
Actually, the first time, I believe, in this game that a shot is missed long enough where we've even seen that opportunity like that.
Yeah, pretty much everything's been on goal, and very few missed shots that have gone, like you said, I think that might be our first one that has gone wide, where they're able to retain possession by being in position for that. And we have another stop in play.
It's going to go on Wilmington. I was curious to see how that, I thought initially it was because Hannah Gratch had the last opportunity, tried to kind of lay one behind her head when everybody was getting out of that bunch. And it looked like
I believe it will
maybe
go.
the check there between about the 8 players standing in the same spot. Somebody got called for one.
As we see here, Ohio Northern moving the ball there, getting another clear, moving that ball quickly up the field. And foot race up the middle. Nice shot and score there.
That is Skelding.
Skelding.
So she gets one step closer to her own hat trick. Sydney had scored, but it has been quite a while. You've got to go back as you take a look at the replay.
See, she does a nice little head fake roll and brings it cross body and just catches Wheelock out of position and jumps out there right there on her right side.
So now ONU has pulled away. Again, I go back to how it was a 3-2 game at one point, but now 8 straight goals for the Bears, and 2 players with hat tricks, one on the verge of one. Betsy Noggle and Skelding got the first 3 goals for Ohio Northern in a span of 5 minutes and 20 seconds. But since then, it has been all Polar Bears, and you talked about the last clearance. How about this in terms of a difference? 1 for 13 for Wilmington, 5 for 6 for ONU.
That right there tells you a lot about the game. Wilmington just completely struggling on offense and defense, trying to move that ball out of their defensive side. Ohio Northern just putting a lot of pressure on them, and Wilmington having trouble struggling as we see a nice clear here by Ohio Northern as they move that ball up past midfield.
Abby Engelhardt on that last set for Wilmington did a great job of being able to kind of cradle that ball back and forth to draw the defender, but a right-hander having to shoot left, moving to her left, and it made for an easy save for Ohio Northern. 13 fouls to 8 against Wilmington, but if you look at that number, it's not been necessarily the fact that they have more fouls. It's been where those fouls have occurred and why ONU's up 12-2.
Yeah, a lot of them occur right there down in the goal where they were given that free position shot, and a lot of those shots that the Ohio Northern have made have been come off of free position. As we see another shot on goal, just goes over the top. Ohio Northern will retain possession.
Just a miss from Saber Woodruff. But another part of that is I have a fascination with the shot clock in terms of a lot of these are long possessions defensively for Wilmington in front, and it seems like it's at 25 right now. Around the 30, 32-second mark, it's almost as if it breaks down to the point where, hey, we're tired from chasing them. You make that one extra step out of position, maybe take a whack, and now all of a sudden they're shooting on goal.
It's almost out of frustration that they're just not able to get that stop, and it doesn't do well for them.
And right on cue.
And another shot and goal there.
That is Ann McArn with her second goal.
Multiple players on Ohio Northern with multiple goals now. They're just spreading that love around.
Now a 13-2 Polar Bear advantage. But it's important if you're Ohio Northern right now because you're playing well. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to harp on this in terms of how both teams have started, but 3 wins and 8 as you get a look at the Kleins Napa Auto Center replay.
Nice job, just 2-step drop there, and just catches Wheelock out of position again.
But it's important for both of these teams right now for Ohio Northern. They go into Muskingum on Saturday. They have a chance to get plus in OAC play.
Yes, they come into this game tied with Muskingum in both one loss in the OAC and no wins. So to come out of this with a win, and they have a good chance of coming in, like you said, coming out of on Saturday's game in the plus column and move them up that leaderboard.
Also a chance, again, if this continues the way that it is, at 13-2 just before the half, of getting to 500. And that would be an important step for a young program with the run of games that they have coming up.
Yeah, they're now into the league play where every game now counts for getting themselves into that league championship. Only 4 teams make it into the championship playoffs. as we see Wilmington trying to do a quick dump into the goal, just not able to connect on that.
Yeah, Hannah Gratch playing on the other side of that alley-oop play.
And a rear miscue, Ohio Northern not able to complete that clear. Wilmington will retain possession.
And I'm not quite sure how much of this comes across on the broadcast, but I can hear in my headset about how much direction there is on the field right now between these girls of, hey, you need to move, you need to do something, and you can hear the frustration a little bit from Wilmington's side.
It almost looks like now that Wilmington's just gassed, trying to run back and play catch up with Ohio Northern.
Woodruff looking for her first goal, sends it over, and it fell right out on that shot attempt. As we hit the final 90 seconds in this half. Northern right now trying not to get complacent, as they would love to get another score here before the halftime break, and everything is coming up Polar Bears.
Just miss on that one. Looks like it might have bounced off of the post, and real close for that shot as you were speaking.
But again, another one. It's just, you look at it how it's played out. This one will go to Wilmington. But even to set that up as we go under a minute now in the first half, ONU had a wide open lane down the middle of the field to even start that offensive set.
It was almost like Wilmington's defenders just all dropped off, and like I said, they seem winded. It is what the appearance from up here looks like. I don't know if that's really the case. Usually they're pretty well conditioned, but I think Ohio Northern's wearing them down.
Abby Engelhart being frustrated now. Looks like Jackie Lohman up in front of her. She's held the ball for about 30 seconds now. The problem is she's not been able to find a lane, and she's less than 10 seconds away from the half coming to an end. And again, a pass just finds its way for ONU as they get the save to end the first half.
And that will conclude that first half as Ohio Northern leads this game 13-2. Scoreboard brought to you by Viva Italian Restaurant. Sorry there, lost my vision. And we will be right back with halftime stats.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
Serving the Wapakoneta area and other communities throughout Ohio, Stolly Insurance Group, growing and looking out for you. For your business, home and auto, or life and health insurance, allow our knowledgeable agents to customize a program specifically for you. Stolly Insurance is proud to be a fifth-generation insurance agency. Over 110 years, providing outstanding insurance protection while delivering superior customer service. We are pleased to represent one of the finest insurance companies in Ohio, Auto Owners Insurance Company.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we offer weekly specials that are sure to satisfy all appetites. Monday through Thursday, come in to enjoy our daily lunch specials. Friday is our Get It Till It's Gone fish special. Friday and Saturday, grab a 16-inch 3-item pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter for just $20. Sunday, we also have a 3-piece chicken for $5 and a 16-piece for $20. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless Premium retailer.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts.
Nareda Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, Scotch mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, open bowling on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties, and on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NaredaLanes.com for more info.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
Serving the Wapakoneta area and other communities throughout Ohio, Stolly Insurance Group, growing and looking out for you. For your business, home and auto, or life and health insurance, allow our knowledgeable agents to customize a program specifically for you. Stolly Insurance is proud to be a fifth-generation insurance agency. Over 110 years, providing outstanding insurance protection while delivering superior customer service. We are pleased to represent one of the finest insurance companies in Ohio, Auto Owners Insurance Company.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we offer weekly specials that are sure to satisfy all appetites. Monday through Thursday, come in to enjoy our daily lunch specials. Friday is our Get It Till It's Gone fish special. Friday and Saturday, grab a 16-inch 3-item pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter for just $20. Sunday, we also have a 3-piece chicken for $5 and a 16-piece for $20. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless Premium retailer.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts.
Nareda Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, Scotch mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, open bowling on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties, and on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NaredaLanes.com for more info.
Welcome back to Dial Roberson Stadium here in Ada. Ohio Northern on top, 13-2 of the Viva Maria Italian Restaurant scoreboard. Mike and Tom Mealy, as nightfall has begun to descend, the lights are on bright. And if you're Ohio Northern's offense, you're pretty happy about that because you've done well here on the stats.
Yeah, you've pretty much taken over all the stats here. You see the score, 13-2. Shots on goal, Quakers only able to muster up 9 shots versus 24 for the Polar Bears. Saves, more saves for Quakers just because of the shots on goal, 8 and 5. Ground balls, the game has been dominated pretty much by Ohio Northern in that stat right there, 19-11, almost doubling them up. Draws fairly even, 7 for the Quakers and 9 for the Polar Bears. This stat right here, though, stands out to me. 2 for 14 on clears for the Quakers. Wilmington just struggling, trying to get that ball out of there, and they're just turning it over and giving it right back to the Polar Bears, as where Polar Bears are 7 for 9, and right before half they stumbled. They were 7 for 8 on the clears, and just not able to complete on one of their within that last final minute. But Polar Bears all around, I'd say, are they got to be happy with their performance right now. They're moving the ball nicely, preventing Wilmington from getting those clears, and it's a coming of age game. As you said before, for the Polar Bears, with those rough couple losses that they've had in the last couple games, and this is a big game for them, as both teams looking for their first win in the OAC.
And you get a beautiful look at the sky here in Ada right now, 31 degrees. It's going to snow supposedly here in the next couple of hours, but it was 54 earlier on. Winds now out of the west at 15 miles an hour, and that plays big when you look at how this field is oriented north to south. You get that crosswind, and we've seen it a couple of times where not only when the girls are trying to throw long passes across the top and take the top off the defense, so to speak, but just when they're trying to hold on to the ball. It's just popped out a couple of times.
Yeah, that wind's playing havoc on that ball as it's trying to move through the air or just staying in the stick alone. As we see here, Wilmington able to get that draw control.
We talked about the shots at the half, 9 so far for Wilmington. 6 of those 9 have come from either Becca Petra with 4 or Rachel Reinhart with 2, and they're the 2 Quakers who have the goals. I mean, they're the 2 players who I was looking at, spotlight players coming into this game, and Becca Petra stood out. 34 career goals on 72 shots. Very economist approach to her career so far.
Yeah, Petra came into this game as their leading scorer. It's hard to do much with just one player who's able to connect, as we see a shot there missed, and ball will be retained by the Quakers as they will set up offense quickly here and try to strike. As we see right there, they do. They come out of half. They made some adjustments, and nice quick shot there.
Rachel Brown.
Brown able to connect on that shot, and we'll see if we can get that up on replay.
And she used, obviously, the biggest player on the score right there in front of everybody. She stood out and was kind of able to shoot from the top down to get that goal, and she stops a long streak of goals against her team. So the first half saw a goal come quickly, paired by another. The first minute 6 saw 2 ONU goals, but it's now 3 different players for Wilmington that have scored goals, and they pull that deficit down to 10 at 13-3.
So we set here for the draw control.
And again, what I was just talking about on that goal, Brown with another big play of use your height, pop it the highest you can, and you're the only player that can get to it at about 6 foot.
And right there, they're able to even up the draw controls now at 9 apiece.
So the 5'11" sophomore out of Lebanon High School. And the brilliant save. That ball had some hop on it. But right in front, Larson Van Alstine with a save.
Yeah, able to step up there and just snag that ball, stop the 2 quick goals that Wilmington could have had right there. And we see Ohio Northern now moving back onto their offense. And they will move the ball around and set their offense up, look for those cutters again. And right there we see one, and just nice little, I think
the ball is partially deflected.
I think Wheelock did get a part of her stick on that. It seemed to stop that momentum a little quick there. So I believe she might be credited there for a save. And
I'm not sure. Honestly, I thought maybe Madison Miller, the defender in front of her, actually got the back part, almost the handle of her stick on that before it got to that point. You see her down there defending with a bright green headband.
And on the stat sheet here, we do not see, they do not credit Wheelock for the save. So
again, I think it was Miller.
I think Miller did get a stick on that, able to stop that momentum, because had she not, I believe that ball would have had that momentum to squeak by Wheelock.
And the only way I even saw that was it was just such a quick redirect as the pass comes off the side of the net. Wilmington has stepped up their aggression, and they've kind of, if you think about a quilt where it's got open spaces, they've kind of meshed them a little bit
tightened that defense
now,
up. Yeah, they've tightened up and cut some of those lanes down. And we'll see what how Northern's able to respond to that tightening up of the defense.
There's not as much room as I say that.
Another shot just missed. It
looked like Skelding again.
Skelding, yeah, I believe it was. She'd love to have that shot back. It was just a one-on-one shot, and she dumped it down to the turf too hard and not able to connect on that goal.
Look at the second half. I talked about goals against in the first half. It was 79 for Wilmington and 60 for ONU. Each team has tightened up in the second half coming into these games. And another one where a shot up off the turf and in this time around for Betsy Noggle. That is her 4th to put ONU back up 11.
Noggle does a nice job there just getting in the open, and little head fake. We'll see that here on the replay. Nice snag out of the air there. Pass up to Noggle here, and she will do another head fake and just gets that right by Wheelock. And you see, I know you were mentioning before you thought maybe out of celebration she dropped her stick.
I forgot they checked it.
That's actually they will check after every shot, the referee will come by, pick up the stick, check to make sure for the pocket depth. That's not an illegal stick.
Well, I think as much as Betsy Nago's scoring, you don't need to check it more than once. Started all 16 games as a freshman last year. And if you're the officials, you have to get out of the way pretty quickly. It's that one just running right down the sideline in front of the officials. And Vera Johnson, Evelyn Hammonds, and Julie Garner. Done a good job, I believe, of letting the girls play throughout the course of this one, but also kind of trying to rein things in.
Not letting the game get too out of control. Frustration can show its ugly head at times, especially if you're down by 10 goals. But Wilmington's able to keep their demeanor pretty mellow here. As we see, they were able to gain back possession. Another quick shot on goal. Larson Van Elsen with the save, and she will work on clearing that ball out.
She's got Becca Petra running full speed right in front of her. So good being able to switch from right to left and turn that one in. Joined the team halfway through their freshman year. Has appeared in 25 games since that point. Now as a senior.
Miscue on this pass here, and that possession will switch over to Wilmington as they will start deep back behind their goal, trying to clear this one out. This is one point of the game where Wilmington has struggled greatly, is trying to get their clears.
Now 2 of 14.
And right there, they're not able to connect on that clear. So Ohio Northern go right back on the offense as they charge down the field.
They do such a tremendous job of working from the center, working their way back out, and then sort of coming right back to it. They're great movement on their motion. Nago just lost it twice. She's lucky she's out there in the end zone. Nobody wanted to come near her.
There's that wide open center there, right in front of the crease. Ohio Northern now creeping up towards the top. We'll see those cutters right there. We'll see the cross cut right there. Trying to create a little confusion. Wilmington not biting on that one, able to stop the progression of the ball.
I said this earlier on that Sydney Scouting was taking a beating. She did that time just to be able to underhand that one out to Rachel Shipman.
Loose ball right there in front of the goal. Fighting for possession, and Wilmington will come out with that one.
Nice throw out ahead, just to create a momentary set
able
of
to get
a 4-on-3.
Yeah, able to get a clear out of that one, and we'll try to come down and get another quick score here. As we will, I believe, see a free position shot here for Wilmington. I believe this might be their first free shot of the game.
I think you're right. Now 12 fouls on ONU.
Setting up there right at that 12-meter arc.
Rachel Reinhardt. Smart enough player to be able to realize as a sophomore, get out of Hilliard-Davidson, that she wasn't going to be able to get from here to there as quickly as the other jerseys.
Those 12-meter free shots are real hard to connect on. Just that 4 extra meters that you get moved in on those 8-meter shot, it makes a great difference.
Great work on the cameras down there to see Katie Hill right up close. Now Abby Engelhardt has been a big part of this game. Not anything necessarily that sticks out, but she does have a pair of shots, and she's been able to facilitate the offense kind of from the midfield area down near the goal. As Wilmington
try to advance that ball, and we got another penalty here. And this one we'll take from the 8-meter arc.
It'll be Becca Petra, who's had a couple of shots already from this point. She's taken 4 shots in the game.
They're going to move her back to that 12-meter arc now. See if she can close in quickly.
She did, but so did everybody else. And of course, I said about the fouls at the point. They're now 17-16 against Wilmington. And this one with another big attempt for Wilmington, down 14-3.
Shot, nice stop there by Larson Van Alstyne.
I think that ball took a flight path that initially kind of, it wasn't what she was looking for. Maybe a little bit different with the way the wind's blowing. Northern doing a great job advancing.
They get themselves another clear here as they look, miscue there. How Northern had a great shot. They had an open shot there, just not able to connect on.
It's one of the few times you'll see Sydney Skelding make a mistake for Ohio Northern. Katie Hill now on the run for Wilmington. Again, smart enough to realize that you're not going to be able to get all the way there.
No, sometimes it's better to pull back and let that offense catch up to you and reset it. It's not always going to work on the one-on-one.
Rachel Brown with it, dumped it right back. And again, another attempt here for the senior midfielder in Abby Engelhart. She's had a couple of those.
So we got another stop and play here. Wilmington being patient, moving that ball around, just looking to see if they can get themselves an open lane. But the Ohio Northern's defense doing a great job staying on top of the Quakers and giving them a lot of pressure here, not allowing anything open.
Again, Engelhart had to go high enough to try and get that through the defense as she tries to scoop one right back out into the hands of Becca Petra. All the way to the goal for her, and a beautiful top shelf goal.
She comes back across body there, brings it right across the front of the goal and comes backside, and we'll see here on our replay. You'll see her come in, start in on the left side, cut across, and as she cuts across, she'll come back on that back pass there, right over, and dumps it right over Larson Van Alstyne. And that replay there is brought to you by Heinz Napa Auto Center.
So the second goal for Becca Petra. That's nothing else more than her just working hard. As we hit the timeout, 14-4 Ohio Northern on the Viva Maria Italian Restaurant scoreboard here on NKTelco.
And we'll be right back.
Let Burton's Ridge Assisted Living help you find that perfect apartment you've always dreamed of. Located in a serene, wooded area with breathtaking views and different apartment styles to choose from, you'll feel right at home in this beautiful setting. Burton's Ridge is more than just assisted living. It's a place for you to call home. To learn more about Burton's Ridge, call 419-228-8412 or go online at burtonsridge.com.
There you see a shot of Ohio Northern's huddle as they get their last instructions coming out of Beth Hemminger's timeout. 14-4, Ohio Northern on top in this one. They jumped out early to a 2-0 lead on goals in a span of 1 minute and 6 seconds. Becca Petra, though, stopped that run with her first goal for Wilmington. She just scored her second to make it 14-4 Ohio Northern as we sat with a 13-2 halftime differential. But it has been Ohio Northern's offense. Let's get a look at the wind that I was talking about earlier on. But Northern's offense has had tremendous days from Betsy Noggle and Elizabeth Carter, each with a hat trick. 2 goals apiece from Ann McCarn and Rachel Shipman, and then 1 from Jackie Lohman. But she's gotten 5 shots and 24 shots, Tom, for ONU. They have been a lot of 3, 4, 5, 6 meter shots. They're not far away.
No, they're not far away. They're able to penetrate that defense of the Quakers and get right in there on those for those close shots. They're doing a nice job moving that ball around, looking for, and those lanes are opening right up in there, and they're able to dump that ball in. So they're getting some high percentage shots once you close in that close.
You see just outside of 17 minutes ago in the second half. 14-4 ONU. They lead the series 2-0. Obviously new with this Bears program. Won 14-13 in overtime in 2016. Won 16-6 last year. And this one almost right in line with that score.
That is almost a copycat game. As we see here, Wilmington will have Ohio Northern actually will take possession of that one, and they will try to move that ball up and set that offense looking to get another score here.
Wilmington's got a big weekend coming up. They get John Carroll on Friday before taking on Olivet on Sunday, and that's a big thing when you play those two games in a span of 72 hours after kind of having to maybe regroup with what you would like to do here after you leave Ada.
Yeah, they not only that, the wear and tear that you take on the body, that recovery time, you kind of hope that you can get 3 or 4 days in between a game to allow those bumps and bruises to kind of mellow out. But here they're going to have 3 games in pretty much a 5-day span, and I imagine by Sunday they're going to be feeling those the toll of those 3 games.
And a stop right in front of the goal, this time by Megan Wheelock.
Wheelock does a nice job getting that stick right there, stopping that goal and keeping the score down to just a 10-point deficit.
Probably the most important thing, too, if you're Wilmington in terms of what they have coming up this weekend is John Carroll comes to you. You don't have to go to John Carroll. That's not exactly an easy trip.
No, that's not an easy trip for them. Those road trips take a toll on the body, and coming off a tough game like this and then have to turn around.
Oh,
see
beautiful play. I was waiting to see if they were going to call the foul before that play because there was a lot of high sticking, but it looks like that Sydney Skelding will get the goal to make it 15-4, and that is nothing except for just flat-out will to want to put the ball in the net.
Those were the words I was going to use for that, too. That was just her willing, coming across, doing a nice couple head fakes there. We'll see here on the replay. She'll bring that ball around from the right side, and she'll just head fake it through there, and she'll work herself right past Wheelock and just dump it over her shoulder. She does a nice job on that, and puts the Polar Bears up 15-4 with just a little over 14 minutes to go in the second half.
If I read Viva Maria Italian Restaurant scoreboard anymore, I'm probably going to have to go down the street here in Ada and go get some because years living in Ada, when my wife went to Ohio Northern, we ate there a lot, and they have a lot of good food. Probably just call them and tell them. It's like, we're coming hungry. So a big lead for Northern now is they've done that in this game. You look at how the scoring has played out. Every time that Wilmington has gone on a run, whether it be Rachel Brown to open up here or the 2 goals to make it 3-2 with Reinhardt's first goal in the first half, boom, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10 goals. And all of a sudden you see where we're at 15-4.
Yeah, Ohio Northern does a great job then responding to that goal and not only getting another goal to match that, but they'll add 1, 2, or 3 more on top of that goal just to increase that lead.
A couple of players with their first or second hat trick in the game today.
Ohio Northern doing a great job again moving that ball across midfield.
And the just stop and go. Northern just let, I believe it was Elizabeth Carter. Everybody just kind of stopped on that transition between where the midfielders fall off and the defenders pick up. And she just had a free rein all the way close to the net.
Just kind of opened up and allowed her to run right on through there.
So a 13-2 first half advantage for Northern. Second half tied at 2-2. But that's not how they measure it on the big scoreboard.
No.
Wilmington would like that right now, but just a couple of things that don't work out statistically. 5 of 20 on clears, while Northern sits at 11 of 13, which puts them really well.
As we see another quick goal right there by
Rachel Shipman.
I believe Yep, that is Shipman, and that puts Shipman at
she's now got
3 goals. That's her hat trick for the day. As we see here on the replay, she just Wheelock thinks she's going to go low, and she just puts it in top there, as we see from our Klein Napa Auto Center replay.
Well, it's probably because she's gotten her a couple of times in different ways. And she's gone one high, one low. And at this point, it seems like as the colder that it gets, as we get closer to 30 degrees now here in Ada, the faster these balls have to feel that they're coming towards you, because it's got to feel like they're just throwing rock-covered snowballs your way.
And they're not a softball. It's a hard rubber ball. Let me tell you, they hurt when they hit. They will leave bruises and welts. But in the cold, it feels like you're getting hit with a 10-pound sledgehammer in the body. Even though the goalies will wear padding, they don't wear usually anything on your legs other than sweatpants for the cold. But that thin layer of material does not soften the blow.
The ball will roll out of bounds. Just the third or fourth time that has happened now, twice on this left end here in the second half.
Ohio Northern working here, trying to get another clear. They've been pretty successful tonight in their clears, as they were 11-13, and that'll put them at 12 and 14 for the night on their clears so far. And just a miscue there. As we see the ball roll out, and that will switch possession and go to Wilmington.
Probably the issue being that Betsy Noggle was about 5'7". If she's about 6'2", she's able to get to that one.
That one, yeah. That was, if she was able to connect, she could have brought that stick down, and we would have been looking at another score on the board.
She's got a lot of impressive things. I was reading her bio. 2 hat tricks last year, had 6 goals in a win over Heidelberg. Had a 4-goal hat trick in her first college appearance. And, you know, that's what you want in terms of those young players. You bring them in, and all right, you come in with a lot of big fanfare. We want you to continue to do that while you're here at Northern.
Yeah, we want to see that you're able to transition from that high school play and roll right on into the college play, and not take that time to get adjusted to the game. And she's a player that's been able to transition well from her high school career into her college career.
That is, looked like Rachel Shipman took a stick high to the back of the head from Kelly Angevine. Just tried to reach up and get, maybe knock that ball out of the stick, but that was a pretty easy call for the officials.
Yeah, just a little wild there with your stick, and gives them a free position, which they'll pay for on that one, as Ohio Northern now will go up 17-4 on our Viva Maria Italian Restaurant scoreboard.
Now Shipman has a hat trick. That last one was actually her second, but she's taken 3 shots officially to get 3 goals.
That you got to love that percentage. Every time you take a shot on goal, you put one in.
And it's 2 goals in 3:08 to make it 17-4 ONU.
And it looks like we'll have a timeout here, so we will be right back with the continuation of this game.
Serving the Wapakoneta area and other communities throughout Ohio, Stolly Insurance Group, growing and looking out for you. For your business, home and auto, or life and health insurance, allow our knowledgeable agents to customize a program specifically for you. Stolly Insurance is proud to be a 5th-generation insurance agency. Over 110 years, providing outstanding insurance protection while delivering superior customer service. We are pleased to represent one of the finest insurance companies in Ohio, Auto Owners Insurance Company.
J&R Auto Repair Service is a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Family owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. Trust J&R for all your automotive service needs.
17-4, Ohio Northern on top of the scoreboard here in Ada. As you look at the OAC standings, Ohio Northern on the bottom half, down there at 0-1, likely 9 minutes away from getting to even at 500. The Wilmington Quakers down there on the bottom at 0-2. it's a big chance. We talked about this earlier, Tom, for ONU. You get the 1-1 here with a win. You take on Muskingum, who is in action tonight as they are playing Otterbein. But a chance to really, that bottom 4 in the OAC in the next couple of days could flip.
Yep, it can flip easily. Ohio Northern could possibly come out of this with a 2-1 record. They have a very good chance of beating Muskingum. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but yeah, that could clearly move them up from the bottom up more towards that middle of the pack, and they're just outside those top 4 then with that 2-1 record.
Also kind of big for them tonight. You saw Baldwin Wallace and Heidelberg on different ends of that spectrum. They're playing right now, and Mount Union and John Carroll. That's a big one as well, because the way that it's sectioned out, each team, everybody at Northern could potentially this week pick up 2 wins and jump from 3rd from the bottom to 2nd or 3rd from the top.
Yeah, just on who takes those wins and losses, it could easily shuffle that whole leaderboard up. I don't see Mount Union falling from that top spot as of now, but
a lot of people in Alliance are pretty happy with that statement right now.
But I could see Ohio Northern could take advantage and move quickly up up those standings there in the OAC.
So back outside of action with just across 9 minutes. See if I can find you one of those other scores, because it's fascinating to see. You know, you obviously just want to take care of your own business, but you've constantly looking at that schedule of what's everybody else doing, especially if you know anything about the OAC in any sport. What's Mount doing?
Yeah, everyone's keeping an eye on Mount. They all want to know where they're at, and
tied 11-11 with John Carroll in the second half right now. The Purple Raiders.
Yeah, they're just a little over 17 and a half minutes left in that game. So that could be, that right there, it's a huge win if John Carroll's able to pull that one out over Mount.
And again, it'll be Wilmington and John Carroll on Friday as Northern comes out of the Wilmington timeout and goes right back to work.
Nice shot
swatted
there.
Away.
Yeah, swatted away by Wheelock. And Wheelock will now look to try to find one of her players to just clear that out. But miscue right there again, and right back to Ohio Northern. Ohio Northern pulls out and resets their offense.
Ooh, pass right up off the face. Sabra Woodruff. We talked about how that ball is not soft, and you saw it when we came back inside the cone, but makes it even harder when you take it to the face.
We'll have a stop and play here for an injured player as she leaves the field.
Chelsea Cousins with her first shot for Ohio Northern.
And unlike in the men's game where everybody wears helmets, the women's just wear a goggle to protect their eyes, and so their face is open on those. If they get hit in the face, that's going to hurt quite a bit, and this cold will intensify that feeling for sure.
Great pick up off the bounce. And by the way, Mount Union now on top of John Carroll, 12-11 with 14 minutes to go in that game. Kenzie Pencil, goal number 23 on the year, and she had a big afternoon when those Purple Raiders played ONU. Again, I talked about 7 goals in the first 10 minutes, and you know it's pretty much, you want to be those teams, you've got to be able to beat those teams, and Northern hasn't been able to do that as a young program yet.
No, but they're making great steps today towards that, where they're getting those quick 2, 3, 4 goals in at a shot. They're not going back and forth, one and one. So they're working their way up, and again, with a young group like this, give them another year or 2 of experience under their belt, they'll be right there competing with those Mount Union players.
You're making it hard for me to focus, God.
And on the foul, that's a 3-on-1 foul. 16-9 win to start the year against Hiram. Beat Trine 15-8. Beat Cleary, Michigan 13-7. But other than that, a handful of losses. 25-2 in the last to Mount. Albion beat them 15-5. Siena Heights in Michigan beat the Bears 12-9. So trying to stop a 3-game skid here. And a physical Wilmington team, but a kind of a smart setup. ONU tried to score. All right, get you with the left one, look at the right one.
Goes a little wide on that. Had position there to recoup on that shot, and they'll reset.
And again, kind of the same thing, the push right in front.
And we'll see a shot here coming off of the 8-meter arc, just off to the left side of the goal.
Just outside of 5 minutes now to go in the second half. ONU up 17-4. And a scoop.
Nice stop there by Wheelock.
Now look what I found.
There's Ohio Northern putting the pressure on Wheelock.
Makes it very hard to be able to do that. And Chelsea Cousins.
And again, Wilmington not able to convert on those clears. That has been just a huge struggle on their part. I imagine that's something they're going to need to work on when they go back to practice tomorrow. It's just getting those clears. You're just giving too many second, third opportunities to Ohio Northern by not clearing that out. Ohio Northern gets shot off, stopped by Wheelock, but then turns the ball right back over, and Ohio Northern comes right back down the field. And they've been able to tonight take advantage of quite a few of those miscues on those clears.
Almost another opportunity there for Northern. Cousins caught it coming forward, but wasn't able to hold on to it. Elizabeth Carter set it in motion. Here comes ONU again off that non-clearance. 5 of 24 now for Wilmington.
Smart move there by Ohio Northern and pulling that ball back around.
A lot of younger players. Obviously, we talked about the success for ONU being their underclassmen, but a lot of younger bench players right now getting some run.
Another shot on goal, just bounces off the post.
I love Chelsea Cousins' game right now. She's been in for just about 5 minutes. She's already taken 3 shots. Not afraid at all.
No, she's looking to try to get the, as we see a stop here, she's looking to try to get that score for her on this mark in the game.
Look who got fouled. It's Miss Cousins.
She sets herself up dead center goal off of that 8-meter mark.
Out of Lewis Center, Olentangy High School. Just off of 3 minutes with a 13-goal lead. You really want to build some of your other players.
And right there, Cousins able to get her score in on the board.
And a big smile on her face you see there on the camera shot.
Does a nice job just coming in, doing those 2 steps and taking that shot, dropping it right in there next to Wheelock.
So the senior able to get one.
She's in for just a little over 5 minutes and takes about 4 shots on goals and comes away with a goal in itself and puts the Ohio Northern Polar Bears up 18-4 on our Viva Maria Italian Restaurant scoreboard.
Just one of 2 seniors for Ohio Northern, the other being Larson Van Alstine in goal. That's something that definitely is a big build for your future. Goal number 2 on the season for Cousins on that free position goal.
While we wait on the draw control, I want to thank tonight's sponsors, Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Klein's Napa Auto Center, Stolly Insurance, Ohio Northern University, HCF Management, Norada Lanes, NKT TV, J&R Auto, Radio Hospital, and Viva Maria Italian Restaurant.
Go visit any of those places because without them we can't do this. A lot of places that I visit on the regular anyways. I don't know what that means, but
good taste.
Makes them happy, yeah.
Shot on goal there. We'll go out, and Larson Van Alstine chases it out behind the goal. So Ohio Northern will take possession as we see a nice clear there.
I was talking about all the switches for the first time. It's actually Kelly Hill, now the goalkeeper. I only know that because the camera guys are doing a terrific job. The sophomore out of Worthington.
She's got a nice clear there. She hits the Polar Bear offense player in stride, able to transition quickly, and we'll have a push from behind here.
It's always easy for the official to spot.
Yeah, when you fall forward like that and defender standing right behind you, there's no question in that.
Maggie Fuller, the sophomore out of Naples, Florida, is the one that got shoved with 30 seconds to go and an 18-4 Polar Bears lead. And it's a little bit different too right now, Tom. You have a handful of players who started this game and played big minutes for Ohio Northern, but you've got some of the, I don't want to say younger players because, again, ONU's a very young team, but maybe the players, they're not necessarily on the same lines.
Right, they're coming off the bench, just filling in here, and they're doing a great job. You're not seeing a whole lot of miscues on Ohio Northern's side, so those players that are filling in as we come to a close here. And final score, Ohio Northern 18, Wilmington 4, and we will be right back with our final stats and wrap-up of the game.
At Four Seasons Drive-Thru, we offer weekly specials that are sure to satisfy all appetites. Monday through Thursday, come in to enjoy our daily lunch specials. Friday is our Get It Till It's Gone fish special. Friday and Saturday, grab a 16-inch 3-item pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter for just $20. Sunday, we also have a 3-piece chicken for $5 and a 16-piece for $20. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
In business since 1986, Klein's Auto Parts and Repair Center has been the go-to place for auto repairs. Our store is well stocked with the best Napa parts. Our Napa Auto Repair Center is a full-service garage located right next door. Check out these specials. With locations in Ada and Kenton, you are never far from quality auto parts. In business since 1986,
where we see Ohio Northern Polar Bears with a decisive win over the Wilmington Quakers, 18-4. And we'll wrap it up here with our final stats. Shots on goal, quite a big difference as 15 shots taken by the Quakers and Polar Bears just shelling out 38 shots on goal. When next stat here, you expect it to be lopsided the other way, where 13 saves for the Quakers because of the 38 shots, and Larson Van Alstyne not seeing a whole lot of action today. We're only having to come up with 7 saves, ground balls, and at the beginning of the game, I said the game was going to be won on the ground just due to the weather, and we see here 19 for the Quakers and 35 for the Polar Bears. Polar Bears doing a nice job of scooping those ground balls up. And we got clears here. Wilmington just struggled with their clears, only able to convert 5 of 26 as the Polar Bears are able to convert 13 of 15. Did a nice job on that. We'll see the Polar Bears. Polar Bears will be back in action on Saturday against John Carroll. And
we're losing by 2 right now.
And we'll see if
to Mount.
See if they can come back and switch that around. They're 1-1 right now in OAC play. Wilmington falls to 0-2 or 0-3. I'm sorry, 0-3 in OAC play, and so Ohio Northern has a big chance here to move up on those leaderboards.
You get 7 players with 4 more shots, you're probably going to do pretty well.
I think so too. Want to say NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you the replays of women's college lacrosse on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Thursday, April 5th at 6 p.m. and Saturday, April 7th at 5 p.m. You can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. Want to thank our sponsors once again for this game. Tonight's sponsors are Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Klein's Napa Auto Center, Stolly Insurance, Ohio Northern University, HDF Management, Norada Lanes, NKT TV, J&R Auto, Radio Hospital, and Viva Maria Italian Restaurant. For me, I'm Tom Mealy. Next to me is Michael Hearn. I want to thank you for tuning in for this game, and we will be back at the next game, which will be on Saturday. We will follow the men's lacrosse.